Hey, what's happening, everybody? I'm putting together this recording for the first exercise in IDS 200. So, lab exercise 1, Introduction to Microsoft Access. This is what it should look like in your textbook, in the lab manual, starting at page 27, So in this exercise, we're going to build 4 tables, set up their data fields, and create a few records. So, first thing, launch the Access application. So for me, Windows 11, I can just search Access, boom, there it is, great, boom, I launch it. If you're somewhere else, like in an ACCC lab computer, it should have Microsoft Access already installed. You can find it with the other apps. If you are using your own computer and don't have Microsoft Access installed on it, you can visit UIC's virtual desktop platform at desktop.uic.edu, which basically lets you access lab machines remotely. Also, there are other ways to get the complete package of Microsoft Office 365 free through UIC. However, be forewarned, if you have a Mac, there is no version of Access that exists for Macs. So you gotta either create a Windows partition on your machine or use one of the options we've discussed, which could include getting hold of a Windows machine, a PC. Anyway, so when you open Access, you should see some sort of window, something like this. One of the options will be blank database. So that's what we're going to pick. Click that blank database. And according to the lab exercise, let me slide this over. Come on, you. All right. According to the lab exercise, we are going to call it sales. I already have a sales one, so it's going to ask me about overriding it. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to create that. Yes, replace the existing file. Okay, so we have this blank setup. Okay. Now, your application should open with a default table called table 1 already created. If for some reason it opens with nothing, you can create a table by going to create and table. You get that. And initially this one should have the default name table 1. So either way, rename the table by selecting it in the left panel over here where it says all access objects. Okay, click on table 1 and then save it with Control S and then give it a name. This first one we're going to call customer. So just type over for the table name, hit OK, boom. Our table is now named customer, okay? And it should automatically update over here and at the top there. Okay, after we've created that one, which we have, we're gonna make 3 more tables, item, purchase, and zip code. Okay, they're all gonna hold the appropriate information you might expect. So customer is gonna have basic customer data like name and address. Item is gonna hold item data like ID and name. Purchase is gonna hold the date on which a particular customer bought a particular item. Okay, and if you wanted to make an invoice of everything that one customer bought on a particular day, you would assemble all of those purchase entries. And then zip code. Zip code will hold pairs of zip code and city. Okay, so let's create all those 3 tables, or I'm going to do it. This one's now table 1. Right click on it, say rename. Wow, I got to save it first. All right, so save it, and we'll call this one item. Okay, we're going to make a new one again. Create table, save it, click on it over here, save it, and we're going to name it purchase. And okay. And we're going to make one more new one, table, click on it over here. So we got table 1 and save zip code. Okay. So now we have all these tables. You can see the different tabs up here. All right, so for each table, we're going to switch to the design view by clicking the lower half of the view icon. So down here, you click on this lower half, you get the option Data Sheet View or Design View. Data Sheet View is the one where you can enter new data for records. Design View is one where you change the structure of the table itself. Okay, so we're going to start with customer. So select customer over here in the window, or you can select it over here in the all access objects, and we're going to hit its design view. So we're going to give it the following field names. So leave them all be. Leave the data type be for now. So this one, we're going to call first name, hit tab to go to the next field, hit enter to go to the next line. Last name, again, tab to go to short text, enter a couple times to get to the next line. Street, address, and zip code, and phone number. Okay, and then save it. Well, do short text and fine, and we'll save that one. We can exit out. Next one we're going to do is item. So for item, once again, design view, and we'll leave ID as is. We're going to give it the name, the next field, item name, leave that as short text for now, and we save our table, close out that tab. Purchase, we're going to have customer, item, date, and quantity. Okay, so double click on purchase. Okay, so design view for purchase. What do we have here? We have an ID. We're going to eventually get rid of that. So customer, we'll leave that for now. Item for now. Date. It doesn't want me to use date, but we still can. There's a date function in Access, so you're going to get that warning pop up. Quantity. Okay, and now we can save that. Okay, and then the last one, zip code. So double click on zip code and go to design view. Why do we have item name here? That's weird. Was I looking at item? I guess I messed that up. Okay, no worries. Item name, short text, save. Okay, sorry for the trouble. And then zip code, we're gonna have zip code as one. Whoop. Zip code and city. Okay, and leave those as is. Okay, great. So we're gonna do a quick scan through, make sure everything looks the way it should. So customer, good, we got all our fields. Item, good, got our fields. Purchase, got our fields. And zip code, got our fields. Great. Okay, so that's what you should have for all those. By the way, this ID field that tables by default start with, it uses what's called an auto number data type. So anytime you create a new entry in it, it's going to start counting from 1, and then the next record you create will be 2, and next record will be 3, and so on. And the nice thing about that is it is a fairly simple way of ensuring that there's a key field, right? If every record starts a new next highest number, then of course that's going to solve that problem. Okay, the problem, it'll prevent duplicate fields. Now, next thing, field restrictions and formatting. If you look at a table in the design view, okay, the top panel is going to have a list of fields for that table and their data types, right? So this is the part, the list of the field names, and then the list of the data types. If you click on a field in the top panel, you may not have noticed that down below, there's all this stuff about different types. So for example, for zip code, you'll see options are field size, format, input mask, caption, default value, and so on. Okay. We're not going to do much with most of them. They're in there, they're useful, but you know, this is your first time seeing Access, and we could spend all day working on that. So we're just going to set our fields the way we want them to. The big things we're going to look at is stuff like field length and then input masks. So the first one's customer first name, customer last name, customer street address. We're going to set those as short text, which they already are, with a field size of 30. So down here where it says field size, the very first entry, I'm going to make that 30. Whoop, not 3 dash, 30, 30. Great. Move on to the next one. Same thing, 30. Move on to the next one, 30. Oop, a little bit of there. Okay. For zip code, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to use what's called an input mask. Okay, so an input mask just specifies the kind of data that you can put in the field. So whether it's any kind of characters or just numbers, and the format, the sequence, things like that, if there has to be something there or not. So this one we're going to use 5 zeros and a dash and 4 zeros. And that's going to make sure that our inputs follow that format. There's going to be 5 digits and a dash and 4 digits. When you hit enter, it's going to do a little bit of auto formatting on that. You'll see a backslash there, but don't worry about that. That's, you know, Microsoft Access tends to throw in some extra characters that are not always necessary. Okay. And then the last one, phone number, customer.phone number, short text with a 000-000-0000 input mask. Okay. So our standard 10-digit number. And again, you'll see Access will throw in a few extra things, right? So input mask backslashes there. That's okay. All right, so save this one, Control S, and we're done. Okay. We'll come back to that though. So item ID, we're leaving ID as is. Item. I don't know why I keep getting the wrong one there. Okay, so ID we leave as is. Item name, we're going to set that as a short text with 60 character length. Okay, so that one's that. Save that table, close it out. Okay, next one we're going to look at purchase. Okay, so purchase, click on purchase over there, go to design view. We have these fields. Okay, so purchase.customer and purchase.item, we're going to send these as numbers. Okay, so that's going to ensure that they can only be numbers. Okay, number is going to be there, and let's see. We would just leave it as a long integer, that's fine. Same thing with item, we're going to leave that as a long number, field size long integer. Okay, it'll be long integer is a very large integer. Okay, and for purchase, we wanted to get rid of ID, so now we'll take care of that. We're going to get rid of you. We're going to delete it. Okay. Yep. You'll get that warning about the primary key, but don't worry, we'll set a primary key for this table in a little bit. Purchase date, we're going to use the date and time type. So down here, date and time, and we'll just, here we go, the drop-down menu in the format block, we'll use the short date format. So here's format, very top block. Over here at the end, we see the drop-down menu, and we're going to use the short date format. Okay. And for quantity, we're going to use number. Okay, we'll set that. Great. And then quantity, yeah, we'll just leave that as is. So great, we can save this table, we're done, and move on. Okay, zip code, our last one. Go to the design view. Okay, how far along are we? Okay, design view. Zip code, we're gonna do short text with an input mask. Okay, and so we're just gonna leave that way. And also it's important that this field, since we're going to be using it as a foreign, customer.zip code is a foreign key for this entry in the zip code table. It's obviously important that they have the same format, right? If not, then there could be an entry in customer that doesn't match any entry in zip code, or vice versa. Okay, so we'll leave that one, and then city, we're just going to do short text, so field size of 60. So we'll just change that there. And we're done. We control S. So now we've formatted all these tables, which is great. Okay, if you want to look at them, you can. But here we're going to go set the primary keys. So let's see. For customer, we're going to leave that as ID. So that's what it already was. For item, we're going to leave that as ID. For purchase, we're going to set the primary key to the 3 fields, customer, item, and date. Okay, so the way you do that is you hold down the control key while selecting these gray boxes. So we'll go to design view. Over here on the left, right? So purchase table, customer, item, date. This is what we want to see, not customer. I want to see purchase. Go to design view. So click in here on the left in this little box, customer, item, and date. And that, if those 3 are unique, then that's how we're going to track that. So the customer bought so many items on such and such a day. To make this a primary key, just click primary key up here. Ta-da! And they all have those little key symbols, and we're good to go. Okay, so let's save that, close it out. And then the last one, zip code, the primary key is going to be zip code. Okay, so select zip code, view it in design view. We're going to get rid of this ID field. We'll get the warning about getting rid of the primary key. And then zip code, we're just clicking that box to the left of the word zip code and select primary key, and boom, we're done. Okay. So that's it. So now that's where things should be at this point. Next thing, we're just going to enter in a few pieces of sample data, nothing too critical. So just try doing some different stuff. If you like, you can zoom in on the screen. Let's see if I can do that here. There we go. It's kind of big, but yeah, I want it to be smaller. Let's see. I don't know why I can't find this zoom feature here. There we go. No, it doesn't want to cooperate. toolbar. Where's my toolbar? I don't know why I can't find the zoom feature on it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, great. Okay, so if you have the paper version, I mean, which I have next to me, but I'm not looking at it right now. If you have the paper version, we're going to make some customer entries. And I'm just going to follow along what's in here. So first name, I believe that's Daniel. I absolutely cannot read that last name. So I'm going to pull a lab manual. 1 second. Okay, here I'm back. I think it's Birdie, but I don't want to put in something ridiculous. Okay, who am I looking at? Daniel Bertie, yeah, Bertie. It's even a little hard to read in the lab manual, which I guess is a feature at this point. 743 Claremont. We'll call that Claremont Drive. Zip code looks like 65416 dash 1234. By the way, since we have that mask in there, if you type in something that doesn't fit, you'll see that, it doesn't fit. The phone number looks like 856 778 9622. Okay, great. Hit enter and we're done. Move on to the next one. Hit tab. Robert Jones. So Robert Jones, who lives at 213 Phoenix. I don't know, maybe that's supposed to be Circle. Prentice. Yeah, we'll go with Circle, whatever. 213 Prentice Circle. Almost all of these I lifted from just some random application generate phony usernames and addresses and such. So 60009 5678. Okay. And then his phone number is 634 541 2256. Okay. So I made a couple customers. There you go. Save that. Close it. Our next one, let's do some items. So we'll have bottled water and doormat for item. Okay. Let's bring up the item field. Again, want to do this in data sheet view. So item name, first one, bottled water, hit enter, second one, doormat. And you can see that the auto ID, auto number automatically keeps up. So that's great. All right, then for purchases, let's look. We have, okay. So starting first one, item number one, customer one, whoop. Shift tab to go to the left. So customer one, item one, date, September 2nd, 2017. Quantity purchased, I guess one, and hit enter, boom. Next one is going to be customer one again, item number two, and the date, September 2nd, 2017. And quantity purchased 6. Okay, so save that, Control S, and we can exit out. And then the last one, I'm gonna do this. So let's see, zip codes. All right, so the first zip code is going to be 60009, and the city, whoop, crap. Yeah, that's a problem, isn't it? All right, I gotta fix that. Let's do 1234. And the zip code will be Wheeling. Okay, and then the next one, 60516. And I guess we'll do that 1234 as well. I'll leave that one 0000. 60516 0000. No, wait, I should match what they're in with the records there. Call that Downers Grove. Okay, so let's see. What do I have for our customers? 1234 and 5678. Okay. So for this first one, 5678, and for the second one, 1234. Okay, great. And we'll save that, and all is well. All right, so now we're going to save it. So again, close all your open tabs. Okay, save that, and boom, we're done. Okay, and so this is the file that you should be uploading. So if we save the whole thing somewhere, save as, right? Database file, save as, and I can save it to my documents as sales. Dun, dun, dun. And there it is. and it already exists. And yes, I do want to replace it. All right. It's been a hoot. This is what you should upload. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.